today.
Yes, I did.
It sounded like, oh,
Where are you?
Oh,
Hello,
sorry.
good afternoon. Don't worry, the thumbnail is actually for the show is actually going to be the title screen, so you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
You're all good. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to a special episode on Banner and Backbone. I am your host, Nick Pero. We are streaming today on Substack and YouTube. And we are joined by some special guests today for our it doesn't have you guys in the live, but that's okay, on as though it shows your names, but that's okay. Kat, I'll make sure to add you in the show notes after, and as well for you, Scar, when we get you added in. So good afternoon, everyone. I'm Nick Pero. This is Banner and Backbone, and today's special episode is Are the Kids All Right? And so we are joined by a friend of the network and friend of my publication and a retired psychologist and someone who does her own shows on Substack. You may see her with others, Dr. Litton and Soso on Connections. It's our good friend Kat. So good afternoon, Kat. Welcome.
Hi, you guys.
And also, we're joined by two very special guests today.
They see us.
We have Kat's son, Kyan, and partner, Scar, who are here with us to discuss if the kids are all right. And to ask you both some questions, you young men, some questions about what it's like being a young man right now in America, and what your experiences are with the far right and alt-right pipelines that are becoming, I think, more just mainstream right pipelines at the moment.
Sadly.
So I'd love for you both to introduce yourself a little bit. You don't have to please do not give any identifying information about where you live. Don't out yourself like that, obviously. But I'd love to get some background information on the both of you, and let you discuss your experiences with the alt-right pipeline, and how you've been a part of it, or gotten out of it, or gotten away from it.
Do you want to go first?
I can go first. My name's Scar, and I don't really know where to begin, like on the alt-right pipeline.
Hold on, Scar. Let's just for 1 second. Both of them are 16. Or
Yeah.
how old are you? Both the kids are 16, and we're in Texas.
Okay.
So y'all know, I'm in Texas as well, and Nick's in Arkansas. If y'all didn't know.
Yeah.
So okay, go ahead, Scar. Let's hear.
I'm a Southern progressive person at this point.
Well,
Good to know. It's good to know all that stuff in these times, right?
Yeah.
I don't really know where to start. It's such a complicated thing, and also my phone is so tiny. It's so complicated.
The alt-right pipeline runs really deep, and it has its hands in it has its thumb in a lot of pies. I mean, it's really hard to know where to start, because there isn't really a start to the alt-right pipeline. I mean, there's many different entrances. That's why it's a pipeline. I mean, it stretches everywhere, so you can fall into it from almost anywhere.
How do you run into it the most? Like, even on a daily, I know you guys avoid it. How do you run into it all the time?
To begin, there are memes that originate from the alt-right pipeline that are spreading everywhere. Should we start with Black Pill? There's so many Black
The
Pill.
Memes is where it all started.
Yeah, I would actually. I think the idea of Black Pill is probably a good one for you to discuss. I do know that stuff because it's starting to get talked about. Black Pill. It's an acceleration. So for those who, from my perspective, as a person who's not in it, and this might be a good place where you two can help correct information that I have and add to it really well. It is an accelerationist movement of nihilism that, because we're going to be at the end soon, we may as well just get there faster.
Yeah.
Wait.
Wow.
Well, you mean nihilism?
Yes. It doesn't matter. It's nihilism. Nihilism. It doesn't matter.
No, sorry.
They don't
Sorry. I just
Tomato, tomato.
Yes, same word. I just say it differently because they don't care. That's the thing about nihilism is
Mhm.
Right.
if I say it wrong.
So, with black pill specifically, black pill is a lot different. You can most definitely be an accelerationist and be black pill, but black pill itself isn't inherently accelerationist. I would honestly say it's more of the opposite. Um, Taking the black pill is based off of taking the red pill or the blue pill, like in the Matrix.
From the Matrix.
Mhm.
Obviously, like red pillars, like conservatives who consider themselves awoken because they took the red pill,
Oh my
which is
god.
being conservative and stuff. People who are black pill think that the black pill is the hardest pill to swallow because this pill says that almost everything good that will come to you in life is based off of how good you look. Like it's very
The look maxing stuff.
Yes,
Yes.
black pill and looks maxing go hand in hand.
like
It's
they,
really
they
stupid.
coincide with each other. They're almost the
Hold
exact.
on, Nick is lost.
Okay,
Okay.
let's go. Let's slow down because we want to explain these topics to everyone.
Yes.
So I
so
just
let's
learned
slow
about
down
them as
on-
well.
Yeah, so I want to make sure we get
We should
Mhm.
get just some background on some of these terms that you're using because for a lot of people this is going to be the first time they've ever heard any of
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
And that's
Exactly.
scary as shit because there's a lot of stuff going on that is projection that they're telling us they're doing. We're just not listening and people
Mhm.
don't know the right words. So
Yeah.
Yes.
can you go into those two areas you were just starting, which was you said looks maxing
Mhm.
and how that separates from black pill or merges into or works with it.
Yes.
They're working together.
So
You want to go?
we should get into looks maxing. Looks maxing basically is doing whatever you can. They use insane terms. Okay. Looks maxing is basically doing whatever you
Use the terms, Scar. Tell them all the terms.
Yeah, use the real terms. It's okay. I would
They're
love you to
fucked
use
up,
the
but let's
terms
use
because
them.
because then I'll be able to use them on other shows with confidence, knowing that I've heard it from a source that is trusted and reliable because you've been through this, I'm assuming,
looks maxing,
or at least have experience with it.
Yeah.
Yes, for
Yes.
sure.
Looks maxing is basically where somebody achieves their full genetic potential by making themselves look good, and they use such things like pseudoscience and history. One of the biggest things in looks maxing is diet and doing very harmful things to change your face. One of the biggest titles in looks maxing is something called bone smashing, which is extremely unsafe, and it's basically they mostly use hammers. This is old now; they don't really do it as much, but like a lot of people still encourage it, and it was a trend for a while back in 2024, late 2024, early 2025, and like some examples would be like getting a hammer and smashing specific parts of like your jaw or your cheekbones to like pronounce them more.
Like self-mutilation.
Yes, it's
Jesus.
self-mutilation, literally.
They literally
Let's
believe.
be very. Hold on. Let's be really honest. And it's a hyper aesthetic of the white person. Hyper aesthetic of the white person, and they have a whole grading scale of who's like the good looking and then the like what I don't
So
even
the
know.
Ideal Aryan in their opinion.
Yes.
But it's
It is-
exaggerated with plastic surgery and other techniques.
Mm-hmm.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, Colin.
Looks maxing is most definitely based in like white. It's very sort of subconscious white supremacism, but it is very much based in white supremacism and honestly eugenics. They believe that the most like the peak of attractiveness that you can look is white man with blonde hair and blue eyes. Like they fully believe the Arno Brecker like white supremacist like Nazi standard of beauty standard. Like they fully believe in all of that, and we can get into some terms if you guys like to hear. Like, we can go into the ranking system.
Oh God.
I want to tell them the ranking system.
Yeah, I'd like to hear this. I mean, I don't want to hear any of this. Like, this is fucking this is really disgusting, and it's horrible.
Kids,
and it's
kids believe in this, and then they want to be this standard on this Looksmax scale, and they compare themselves and have other people on the internet compare them. They'll put their pictures up, and
then I'd love to bring up the idea of how this might fit in with Nick Fuentes and the femboy and soft boy thing that happens, and how they don't, what the views on that are, because it's really homophobic where they come in at times too. But yeah, I'd love to, let's start with the scaling and the ranking or rating systems of themselves, and also how detrimental that is. And what you guys have, you both might have experienced or know about from other people on how it hurts them.
Yes. I most definitely know a lot about it. My brother most definitely knows a lot about it. Almost any male teenager, even female teenagers, will know at least the concept of what Looksmaxing is. Like, it is and still has always been a very popular trend, I guess, with any teenager, almost anywhere. But it's been mainly the United States, but it's spread to a lot of different countries. I mean, I see a lot of black pill or Looksmaxing videos from like the Philippines or just that general region, like South Asia. It's extremely common. It's extremely common in European countries too. If we want to get into the ranking system, I'll explain each term delicately, but it's hard to understand.
It's kind of silly to read. Like, it really is. Like, you just feel like you're losing like brain cells as you read it.
Yeah.
But I think that's really important for others to hear those, how silly and dumb it really is, because then we can take it apart.
Yeah.
And it's so sad that there's kids like in their room on their computers, feeling insecure and comparing themselves to this sort of scale. And that's where the psychological issues are developing. And I don't know how many parents are here in the chat, but I talk openly with my kids, and I just found out about this a couple of months ago, and Kyan didn't want to tell me. I had to literally tell me, kid, what do you want?
So let's start with the nicest to the worst. I want to see what the nicest, like what their perfection sounds like, and then go to what they see as like the worst on the scale.
Okay. So the points that they use for the scale, it's PSL, which is short for perceived sexual appeal. Most of it is based in like a lot of like sex. They coincide with incels, like internet incel culture, because a lot of them are incels, and they think that the reason that they are incels, which is an involuntary celibate, is because they don't look good enough, and women only go for a certain standard of men, and we're about to get to what that standard is. The max amount of PSL you can have, I believe, is 8.0. They use it in number and then point scale, so like 3.7 or 5.0. But okay, the perfect man in their world, the nickname for it right now is True Adam. Like
the
Adam.
True Adam.
Yes, like Adam from the Bible.
From the Bible.
Okay. And before you go any further, Adam is the most beta male ever. He let a snake take his wife in a world where it was just him and a snake and his wife. And he let a snake steal his wife. He's the most beta male ever. They idolize people who were weak and have
Exactly.
no persona that is like good. Adam was weak.
I have no clue how Adam has become their
I've never thought of Adam like that. Damn, Adam.
right. Maybe because in their mind he was the first man, and in their mind the first people were white, so it was like untainted blood or something.
We could how they're like whitewashing and taking pieces out of the Bible to enforce this looks maxing.
Yeah.
They encourage. We'll get into it later, but it's a point. They encourage really extremely unhealthy diets through pseudoscience and references from the Bible, such as eating raw meat and raw eggs.
Right.
It's horrible. And
is that people, yeah, okay. Sorry, I won't interject too much. This is probably also influenced by the raw milk bullshit and stuff that RFK does.
Exactly.
And the way that he promotes really bad science.
I would go honestly so far as to say that RFK got influenced by this instead of RFK influencing other people. I would say that
that's a good take.
Yeah, he's been on these chat forums before, I guarantee, and he's been learning about this pseudoscience dietitian stuff. The most perfect in their world being the true Adam. This man is so incredibly perfect that he doesn't exist. True Adam is 100% a concept. They don't think anyone on Earth is true Adam. And if there is, it's only one person, and that they have to find this true Adam person. You'll hear a lot of people say true Adam referring to someone like jokingly, because it's such a like beyond
unattainable.
Yeah, unattainable, like beyond perceivable, like beauty.
Almost a godlike beauty.
Yes, exactly. The ranking below true Adam is I think Chad. So like
Chad.
Yes.
That's based in years, like decades old internet culture. Specifically, I think from a movie character. But it's just been a running thing on the internet for anyone named Chad to be like the strong, like perfect, like alpha dude bro male. Like that's like, if you think of the word Chad, like you're thinking of like a jock, like someone who's like perfect man, like alpha male. The ranking below Chad is Chad Light, and then
Chad Light.
So
I'm sorry,
you're lesser than a Chad. You're not there yet. And below Chad Light is HTN, which means high tier normie. So like you're normal
normie,
but you're on the high scale of normal looking. And then there's middle tier normie, and then there's low tier normie. And low tier normie is like someone who the average population would kind of consider ugly. That's where you start to get ugly. And below this, below LTN, which is low tier normie, it's sub 5, which means you're below 5 on this PSL scale, so perceived sexual attractiveness. That means you're below a 5 out of 8 on the scale. And below that is sub 3, which means you're below 3 on the scale. So the lower your number is, the uglier you are. And they use sub 3 and sub 5 as an insult for multiple people. I mean, they use it all the time. I see it everywhere on my TikTok or my Twitter and everywhere. That's the ranking.
I saw it. Wasn't it around one of the shooters? I mean, besides the Charlie Kirk shooter, there was some of that language that I believe was in some of his writings as well. Don't quote me on that.
It could have been Robin Westman too, who was the shooter at the school at the same day of Charlie Kirk.
I think that's who I'm thinking of.
Maybe. Don't quote me on that either.
Yeah. Let's do our own research. Sorry, y'all.
But this is really good information. So, Gian or anyone in the crowd, this is all part of, we're digging into the alt-right, or I guess now normal right pipeline. And we are currently discussing looks maxing, and the scale that teenagers and adults on the right base themselves off of, and how they base other people off of, and how they perceive the world around them to rank others and group them as an other them. And so this has been really interesting and really disturbing so far. So what are your experiences with this, both of you? Like, how have you stayed, or like how have you had to be a part of it, and how have you kept yourself from falling into the pipeline itself?
So both of us have never actually been in the community of it, but it definitely it gets to you because it first off, advertisements, it's getting into mainstream media. And that seeps onto other kids who use social media. Sorry, I have to.
No, it's okay.
And where was I? We've never been in the community, but how it affects us, it is pretty detrimental. Because it becomes a social thing. There's looks maxing references everywhere. Donovan, my brother, he was in elementary school, and all the kids were making looks maxing jokes. And they joke about it. The biggest thing in the looks maxing community is sarcasm, but it's still serious.
In the alt-right pipeline itself, I mean, it's just so much of it is sarcasm. Oh, that's so stupid, but it makes you talk about it. It's so stupid to you. They'll use sarcasm because they know it's such a wild and dumb concept. But they'll introduce it to you as a joke. And the more you start joking about it, even if you're insulting it, it doesn't matter, because the more you're joking about it, and naturally this will draw a lot of people to the alt-right pipeline. This is their way of getting people to come down to the alt-right pipeline with them. It's mainly humor. Yeah.
So, Kyan, would you think that this affects people in just this lower age grade, but age grade?
Yes. It affects everybody, but mainly,
I think it's older too, right? I mean, it's affected because this has been around since pre-Trump, right? All this stuff's.
Yeah.
This is eugenic, like you said in the beginning, Scar. This is, or Kyan, I don't remember which one, but one of you said this is eugenics. It's a form of
based
eugenics.
in eugenics.
Yeah,
but it started around 4chan, is what I want to say. Right?
Yeah.
It started around 4chan, 8chan, so this 2016 sort of time period. Is that right?
I'm pretty sure it started on either 4chan or 8chan, but more around 2012. And it was way less known in 2012 and 2013, 2014, and all of those years leading up to 2015, and around 2016 to 2020 is when. Here, one second.
Yeah, it'd be easier if y'all just sat in one place and held the phone. Sorry, I have to yell.
And it kind of makes sense that that timeline, anyways. To me, that was when I was in college.
Okay.
Was in 2012, I think. Yeah. Hold on.
That's what Nikki on.
I had just graduated college. So it makes sense too, because I grew up with 4chan. I never really went on 4chan, but I grew up in the time period of it. And the nihilism behind it is pretty baked in and intense. So sorry for that brief interjection there. But continue. How does so you said you both have avoided it in a lot of ways, but it's very permeating into the culture. With these terms and other things like it, what are some of the other impacts that you've seen from this pipeline that are becoming much more mainstream?
With the alt-right pipeline specifically?
More with the black pill and the looks maxing right now. I think that's a
Yeah.
really good dive to keep into because that's not a topic a lot of us have experience with who are outside of the alt-right community because we don't actively look for it.
I think they're just in the alt-right community though because they're interested in the people around it. But I mean, none of their friends. Everyone uses the humor of it, like it's almost part of their generation, and you kind of need to know the inside jokes. But then there's the people who actually get into it in a hardcore level. But everybody doesn't realize that this is the soft propaganda. So when everybody knows it, and if you don't know these terms, you're not considered hip or cool. And these are the sort of things like even they haven't talked to me about. And we're really close. So I would imagine that even your kids, you guys, know about all this stuff to a degree, right, Kyan?
Yes. Yes.
Most kids know about it.
Most kids. I would say at least 75% of all teenagers, like above the age of 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17, like
Wow.
that age range, I would say almost 75% of all of them, especially in the United States, know what it is and have made jokes about it before.
That's
I mean, it's been
big number.
It's been very, very prevalent. I mean, for years and years since it's been very popular with teenage age groups since around 2021, which is again like right around where the second election was happening and more political propaganda was being spewed out and everywhere. But yeah, looks maxing is very prevalent. One of the most common terms that they use is the word mog, which means
How do you spell that?
M-O-G.
Okay.
Mogging someone means that it just simply means that you look better than them. Like like it's mainly like standing next to someone or taking a picture with someone and you look so much better than them that it's considered a mog. Like you're mogging them because you look so much better.
I mean, but that should be flattering. But what does it mean to the other person, right? You guys.
It's
like all about
bullying.
demeaning
It's
the
all
other.
bullying.
Yes, it is very much
There you
about
go,
demeaning
Nick.
bullying.
So how has it impacted your lives specifically? Like how have you been bullied by this, or and what is your approach to combating it within your own lives?
The best way that like we've both found ways to combat it is basically just through like real science. It's so weird. Like there is a reality on the internet that like collides like in real life, and mostly people try to fight through this by I don't really know how to say it in words. Like doing examples of other humans, like they'll represent like other races, because the looks maxing is mainly based around white people. So what they'll do to combat it is like fight it through showing like other cultures. It's so complicated. I don't really know.
Give us an example, Scar, because I'm confused. Like,
I know.
what do you mean?
A way that I've seen a lot of people fight it is by okay, looks maxing and black pill is really centered around edits on TikTok. So like edited clips, like all mashed together. Edits are basically like the most common use of modern day propaganda. Like, I've seen Homeland Security's account on Twitter post multiple like TikTok edits like that are like TikTok styles by like something that you would only see from a looks maxer or a black pillar.
Very
I've
sick.
seen.
You guys go check out the Homeland Security page. Holy crap, that is propaganda for young kids trying to get them to sign up and kill people.
Literally Nazi propaganda.
It's fucked up. And it's our nation doing that. Our tax dollars are paying for all that stuff. Go ahead, Kyan. Sorry, had to.
No, it's okay. But all of these looksmaxing TikTok accounts and Black Pill TikTok accounts, most of them post TikTok edits. Like they post like elaborate propaganda edits of looksmaxing or Black Pill, and very typically alt-right conservative stuff too. So a way I've seen a lot of people combat this is by making edits of their own, of like appreciating all different types of culture throughout the world, or appreciating looks like for your imperfections and flaws, and how everyone is beautiful. Personally, I just don't really let it get to me that much, just by trying to convince myself through the day that everyone is beautiful. And I think that phrase itself just works enough for me. But there are definitely a lot of people where that was not enough for them at all. I mean, there are a lot of people who it's made them extremely depressed, like insecure, to the point where they can't leave their own house. Black Pill and looksmaxing has taken countless lives. I mean,
yes,
people have commit suicide over this, like in the hundreds. I mean, it's very bad. It is very bad, and it's rising.
I mean, that's what we know of. Think of all the parents who don't even know who might not even know that was a factor.
It started on 4chan or 8chan or one of those.
Who we still don't know is who. Do we know exactly who created 4chan, Nick?
I'd have to look it up. It's I think we probably do. I'll look it up while you guys are
I'll look it up. Y'all go ahead and chat. I'll check it out right now.
Yeah, Kyan, while you are continuing down this thought.
Okay. Okay. They were using 4chan and 8chan or whatever websites like surrounding those, but they moved on from those kind of a while ago. You'll still see some Black Pill and looksmaxing stuff on 4chan and everything, but most of them are on looksmaxing.org. So they have their own website. It's like an infinity symbol is the logo. It's sort of triangular or diamond looking, and it's looksmaxing.org with 2 X's for the maxing, and it's all one word. This is where you'll see a lot of the posts come from, and this is where there's not really filters or there are a lot less moderators, or just moderation in general of what you're saying. So you can get away with like saying a lot of stuff on looksmaxing.org. Most of the Black Pill or looksmaxing videos come from TikTok. Almost all of them are on TikTok, and those TikTok videos and accounts will bring you to looksmaxing.org to bring you even further down the rabbit hole. Once you're using looksmaxing.org commonly, like every day, then you are so far down the rabbit hole of insecurity, it feels like you're drowning. Like it's so hard to get out of it. I've had multiple friends who have like gone down that rabbit hole. We've both lost friends to it. I mean, it's really extremely sad, and it's really extremely common.
This is going to be a weird site to look at.
A lot of them, or most of them, just call it .org. So if you just see .org or like, or just calling it the org, most definitely they're talking about looksmaxing.org.
So there's 2 looksmaxing forums. There's one that's .com, and there's one that's looksmax.org.
I think it's looksmax.org.
Okay. But I think I'm pretty sure they're both at least somewhat connected to each other.
Yes.
Because they have a very similar forum board, and I'm guessing a lot of users
it comes from the same sort of, belief system at least.
For
Okay,
sure.
so you were going into that
I
setting.
mean,
Like,
just I
where
don't
does
know.
that? You were saying that leads from like Twitter or X or whatever they want to call it, or Instagram. Um, are are people are people in your age groups using Facebook and Instagram, or on the Meta side, or like
Uh,
what apps
Facebook,
No,
more
babe.
specifically?
Facebook, no. The one app that mostly everyone uses is TikTok. I'd say Instagram is probably the second most used, and third I would say is maybe Twitter. So it's like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter.
What are your messaging apps?
Our messaging apps. Most
Because
people
you
use
messaging apps.
just no, like we use our numbers or Instagram, but a lot of people use Discord too. But that's people who are more centered
Okay.
around like playing games and stuff. Um,
Yeah.
Discord is very common for like looks maxing and Black Pill and all of those people. I mean, they bring a lot of people in through like TikTok or public social media, and then they'll bring them into Discord and have them on like chat rooms where they can further like indoctrinate and brainwash them.
Interesting.
But
And
what
so to
about
answer the
Telegram?
Yeah,
I'm
like
sorry.
let's talk about
Yeah.
I want to get before we get in there, I want to give a piece of information around who created 4chan and 8chan. So make sure it's called out.
Yeah.
4chan was developed by the founder. His name is Christopher Poole, also known as Moot. And it started October 1st, 2003. And then Frederick Brennan is an American software developer who founded 8chan.
Let me talk about
and
him because I know a lot about him. Because he was the key. I was really into who in the hell was QAnon, and so I've done a lot of research on him in particular, and he is not QAnon. He ended up giving all of his stuff away about 4chan. Um, and that's what it seems like, is that like they were on something that was sort of messed up, and then it feels like someone else came in and took over. And the theory that, if you guys watch the Vice channel, they did a whole special on who's QAnon, and they came to the conclusion that it was Mike Flynn. And that does kind of match with what happened, that somewhere something more governmental and under the influence of Russia seemed to be taking over to start this brainwashing process. And it started with young people on the internet who, like, I know as my kids my age, they were young enough, malleable enough, and it just seems like funny stuff. They keep the humor going, and it's become part of their vernacular to talk about serious, crazy stuff and makes about it. And who isn't really engaged with their parents, I think it'd be really easy to, or somebody checking their behavior, it'd be real easy to go fall down into these extreme sort of beliefs.
agreed, yeah. And so how thinking about the fact that it is very permeated in culture right now, and you both are not actively participating in it, but you see it everywhere. Is how do you plan to protect yourselves in the coming days around this, and even maybe put out your own content or help others in your age group? How are you actively working or participating in doing a civic action to help your friends? Because TikTok just got bought out by a very conservative group through Oracle with Larry Ellison, and that is part of this movement and this overarching group that is trying to destroy America at the moment, and hurt a lot of people. And so what are you both doing to help others around you to either break out of it, or avoid falling into it in the first place?
Just send them facts, like send them links of studies like that show what they're looking at is wrong. Just try to break them out of the propaganda cycle, take them out of the like echo chamber that they're in. Like, everyone knows what an echo chamber is surrounding the internet, or should I explain that?
No, I think everyone knows an echo chamber.
Yeah.
We're all, and if you don't, Google's free, friends.
Yeah.
Like, that one's an old term.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of it is just bring them out of that echo chamber that they're trapped in. Like, show them that there's reality behind this. Like, a lot of their convincing and propaganda is based in stuff that's not reality at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of it is just based in media, like movies or TV shows and characters. Like, just show them reality. Like, show them that this isn't true. That's the best way that you can break them out of
Go
that
away, please.
cycle or that pipeline.
Can you go away? Just for a sec. Sorry, I'm an intruder. And I'm typing about him now, and I'd rather him not see. But go ahead. I didn't mean to. I'm just
no,
talking about
I
in
think-
general.
I think I finished.
Oh, okay. And so we have we've gone over the male side of the scale. And I want to briefly go into, because we only have a couple minutes left before the half-hour mark, or for the end of the show for today. I'm going to keep it up to about an hour, a little bit less. Maybe we'll go a little longer if you guys have just a little bit of time. But I want to go just into the female side, if you have any information there on what that looks like, because I have a daughter, and there's a lot of people who have in my audience who have kids of their own, male or female, and we'd love to know what to look out for to help protect our kids too.
In the community, it's really everything anti-feminist. It's less about the look in the looks vaccine, because it's mainly about looks, but for women, it's mainly about how they behave.
Interesting.
It's mainly like trad wife.
Wow.
Trad wife.
Okay.
Like a woman needs to always do the dishes. She needs to clean. She needs to make the food. She needs to make like 18 babies. Like it's really a lot of it is based around fertility, and how a woman looks and how young she looks and how it's disgusting.
Yes,
and
it
really-
seems like
it
it
really
started
focuses on
around
that.
women and evolved into everyone.
Mhm.
It did. Their like their hierarchy, or not hierarchy, that's the wrong word. Women in looks maxing, it's very different because a very large, like huge majority of looks maxers are men. So
Yeah.
you kind of rarely see women, but a lot of them, they aren't. A lot of women, like in the looks maxing stuff, they're less revolved around politics and more revolved around like personal stuff.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean they can't be just bad. I mean,
Always have to clean new ones.
it's kind of different. The pipelines kind of change depending on your gender. But for women in looks maxing, it's like he said. Like most of it is just if you're a virgin, if you're fertile, like how perfect you look. And their standard for beauty is honestly like really close to childlike, like short, skinny, hairless all over.
Yeah, hairless all over.
So like a
Shaving at a young
prepubescent.
age. Yeah, totally.
prepubescent.
So let's go into this, because this is disgusting, but I don't want to go too deep into anything that would be uncomfortable for y'all to talk about.
Can I say something too?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I think
before
this
I
is
go in,
Russian. Because I think this is some Russian influence stuff, and that Putin was just named on the Epstein files. It isn't so far reaching for me to feel like this was the goal all along, was to, be a pedophile to American kids and then, use this honeypot sort of scheme to either grab women and get them out or to abuse them for themselves or something. I don't know. It just is all, it's too weird. I've lived my whole life, and this all of a sudden drug trafficking and pedophilia stuff is like in your face, and it's been here for years, like since Trump came on the scene.
Yeah,
For sure. I mean, it's very common. I don't know if looks maxing and black pill itself, if a lot of them have actually been involved with trafficking, but I think it 100% encourages
encourages it.
It encourages it for sure.
And things such as like sexual assault, rape, domestic abuse is encouraged, and if it is brought up, it's thrown away. Like it really is like, it's horrible. It really like, it's like a suck it up, you deserve it. In fact, it encourages women to like it.
Yeah.
It really is
Yes.
like brainwashing, because the thing is if you were to tell like even like a 14-year-old girl that liking like a girl with zero, like no hair, acts like a child but behaves like a mom, like or like does all the dishes and like submits to men, all that bullshit, you could tell that to a girl and she'd be like, oh no. The thing about it is that it is introduced to them slowly. Each topic is introduced, and then it kind of the brain soaks it up, and then the more it goes deeper and deeper and deeper until like a woman has lost herself. Same for men.
Yeah. It goes deeper and deeper. Like it's most definitely based in sarcasm too. So a lot of it will be jokes, and they find people who find the jokes funny, and then they keep like wrecking this video. Like they just slowly go down the pipeline.
And then that's where the grooming starts. Yeah.
The biggest thing about it being sarcasm or jokes is because, like, especially in this generation, you can't complain about it, or else you're seen as like corny.
Or a pussy, right?
It's really unsafe.
Yes.
Or you're a pussy.
Corny. You're corny, or you're a pussy, or dude, it's not that deep. One of the most harmful terms I've heard everywhere all the time is "it's not that deep."
Nothing's ever that deep.
Yeah.
I get this shit about Trump, which irritates me to no end. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is that deep.
Yes, it is. Right.
Interesting.
Jameson thinks my interest in politics is just corny. Like, you're just being corny. It's just so corny. So dumb. Yeah.
So they're using words that are already like in mainstream in a lot of way that are easy.
Yes.
So what is, I'm assuming this fits in I know this fits in specifically with the soft girl and trad wife mentality. Is that what you are? Is that what a lot leads up to? Is just forcing into the soft girl from your viewpoint? And have you seen it get worse in your, like, has it impacted your friends group or your communities in general more lately?
Yes, I recently had to block one of my closest friends, online friends, for 4 years, 3 years, 4 years, a long time. I blocked her on everything because she was indulging herself in so much Nazi propaganda.
And black pill and looks maxing and alt-right.
I couldn't handle it. It was too overwhelming.
And so a lot of this you're saying is for the most part, none of this is really political. What it is, it's all cultural based, and that's because politics is downstream from culture.
Yeah, you can be a black pillar or looks maxer and be not political at all.
In fact, it's very sorry, I don't mean it. It's very apolitical. A lot of it aims to politics is stupid. We don't need that. It's useless. Blah blah blah. Or it's either that or Nazi. Full like Hitler, insane.
Most of them are full blown Nazis. It goes.
Do they use that word though? Do they use that word?
What word?
Nazi.
Do they refer to themselves as Nazis, or is that just what we call them?
No.
It depends on the person, but I wouldn't say necessarily that they commonly. I don't think they commonly refer to themselves as Nazis.
Well, actually, a lot of them are really trying to make. Would you say Nazism? I'll just say Nazism.
Yeah, that's right.
They're really trying to make it more mainstream. They're trying to
Exactly.
desensitize to us and make it more appealing by literally saying that they are Nazis.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It
Yes.
came from Russia and it's been introduced.
Well,
and it's on and on and on. Okay,
yes.
Yeah, sorry.
So Russia does have a part to play in this. This is not all Russia.
True.
This has been around in the U.S. for a very long time. This is our
Yeah.
whole history as a country in
Definitely.
a lot of ways. This
Definitely.
was the break
It's
for
an
the
extra
original
push
Civil
from
War.
Russia we've never seen, though.
Yes,
You know?
Russia is targeting and doing stuff. They told us 40 years ago that they were going to start something like this, and then they carried it out very effectively. We were not prepared for the type of damage they would do on a cultural level. And Kat, don't apologize. You're not wrong. You're not wrong about Russia being a major part in this. They are
Well, I
politically
don't
trying
also
to
know. I don't
destroy
want to be
this.
conspiracy theorist either.
No,
you know, but it
no,
just
Yeah.
but it's
happening.
important to say what the truth is on who's playing in this water and why it's happening. And so I want to let you both, Scar and Kyan, give some last thoughts around this, because I'm going to let you all go here in a couple moments or in a couple minutes, or we're going to end the show in a couple minutes. You can hang out while I end the show too, obviously. But what is your message for people in the audience? We have 119 people with us on Substack. It looks like we've got at least one viewer on YouTube. And I want to make sure we give people information that can be helpful for them, for especially parents to look out for. What are some final thoughts on key things that we can look out for to identify this and help stop it?
So obviously there's probably some parents in here. I think, well, I won't go too much into it, but the problem with looksmaxing is it's so cryptic. I can't explain like the psychology of like this whole community, but some things to like look out for is maybe like if your kid or your teenager is suddenly like obsessed with their looks, and especially if they're on their phones, obsessively on their phones, that's always going to be a red flag.
If your kid is going to the bathroom more frequently, in any context,
with
that's
the phone.
Out for.
Yeah,
but with the phone, they could be in there like just staring at the mirror all day, or taking pictures of themselves in the mirror all day.
Or having like online friends, because a lot of the online friends that people make, including myself, it's always a 100% guarantee that there is going to be very harmful influences. Even if you lock down the phone, there is going to be like things that a child like will seek out from some sort of like propaganda that is like infiltrating like everything. It's so hard to find red flags because the big thing in the looksmaxing community is hiding it, is really hiding it. It really maintains like the idea of like trying to like keep it low.
Yeah.
I can't explain it. It's so
all of these alt-right pipeline, all of these,
Because all abuse takes place in secrecy. All
and a lot of
takes place in secrecy.
And blackmail is extremely like common just in anywhere.
Without the secret, there's no blackmail. I mean, if you're honest about your life, there's no damn blackmail. It's the secrets that allow blackmail.
My biggest piece of advice is just talk to your kids. Talk to them how they feel about how they look. Talk to them, like tell them that they look good. Tell them that they look great. I mean, talk to them. Just know their opinions on how they view like looks, like in the world. Ask them if they think your looks determine your value. Ask them if they think that your looks help you in life more, and how like to what degree they help you. Ask them stuff like that. I mean, just the best piece of advice I can give is just to talk to them.
I love it. I think that's great advice. Yeah, Scar, go ahead.
Just a quick pedophilia also runs rampant in those communities, and it really targets young children on how they look. Really unsafe. That's not. I don't. That's just wanted to make that point.
Yeah.
It really gets the kids. It's made for kids to fall into the trap.
I would say another piece of advice. This might be controversial, but keep your kids off Discord.
Sure.
Or
keep 'em off Discord.
I hate to say it, but ask your children if you can see their Discord. I'm not encouraging invading your kids' privacy at all, but if it,
no, they're minors. I'm sorry. Invade the
Yeah.
privacy.
if it comes to the point, I would look at their Discords and stuff like that, and see the servers they're in, and the like what servers they're in, and how many they're in, and how often they use Discord a day. Because Discord is a very common
place to get introduced to inappropriate topics,
Yes,
such
yes.
as gore, pornography. It's horrible.
Gore, pornography, politics, like political pipelines. Just be careful with
Drugs.
Discord. Yeah.
The kids could do a whole show about the introduction for children into pornography. I mean,
Yeah.
the
I'd be-
stuff they told me is shocking.
I'd be definitely interested to have you back on. You
Yeah.
both back to talk about that.
Thank you. Yeah, Discord is like the kind of the children's version of Telegram.
Oh yes.
And Telegram is sort of like the place you go to when like Discord has introduced you to so much horrible stuff like gore and pornography and political pipelines that now you go to Telegram. Like I'd say Telegram is worse, but Discord introduces a lot more people. Telegram is kind of the place that you go to after you've been introduced to it, but Discord is the place you go to get introduced to all of it.
But you
Okay,
guys were the
that's
ones
really
who
good to
told
know.
me that Telegram was like a Russian porn thing.
It's a lot of it. Most people that use Telegram are doing something illegal on there.
It is Russian owned. It is Russian owned.
It's most commonly used for drugs and buying drugs and selling drugs, but it's very prominent for pornography and illegal pornography too.
So child pornography.
Yes.
And mutilation, all that. It's
Horrible.
It's really like a trafficking, online trafficking ring.
Online trafficking, straight from Russia.
Do not let your kids use Telegram for anything. And if they are using Telegram, look through every single message that they are on.
That's great advice. And with that, I think we're gonna end our conversation here for everyone in the wild that's watching. I'm so glad to have gotten to talk to the both of you and to you, Kat, and have your opinions today, Scar and Kyan. I truly appreciate that you guys both educated us and everyone in the audience today, and all of the terminology and information you have given is going to be incredibly useful.
That's what I tell them all the time. I'm like, you guys know so much stuff.
Yeah.
You have no idea how many people need to know this information. Like their kid is right next to them and they have no idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
And I would really appreciate if you both would love to come back and discuss more. I think especially around the idea of the child pornography and the use of Discord and Telegram and how those are linked.
We're both victims of it.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'd love to make sure that doesn't happen or doesn't keep happening, and we can find ways to prevent it from happening. And so thank you both for joining us. Thank you, Kat, for joining. For everyone in the audience, all 124 of you who have joined today, thank you so much. We appreciate every single one of you. Please hit the heart button if you can before you go.
Pardon my typos.
And parents, go talk to your kids. Go talk to your kids, be a part of their lives, introduce yourself back into their life, and take pride in them, and show them that you love and take pride in them for who they are, and that they have intrinsic value just for being alive. Because that's really what it is it's about teaching people that they mean something and they have value. And that value is not based on looks alone. That value is not based on your productivity. That value is not based on how much taxes you can pay, stupid things like that. Your value is based on you as a person.
Exactly.
And the two of you have shown that really, really brightly today. So take pride in yourselves for being beautiful human beings. And Kat, take pride in being an incredible mother and friend.
Oh, I did nothing. I got lucky.
Hey, no, but you need to take pride in your kids too. Like, it's okay
Oh,
to
I
take
do.
pride in your kids as an adult because you have helped
I
raise
wanted to say too to other parents, and we were talking about this. I also believe that my kids have a lot to teach me.
Mhm.
I've learned like an incredible amount from my kids, and it's really an older view of do what I say, not what I do. Be quiet, be seen and not heard, that sort of thing. That's how I grew up. And so when I had kids, I was like, no, I want to learn. They know things I don't know. And you should be open with your kids like that because they have a lot to teach you. They have a lot to teach us all.
And so thank you both. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Thank you for all being here. Have a great afternoon. And continue being part of your kids' lives. Engage and show them that they have value just by being. So thank you all.
Questions.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Ask questions, be interested, and be curious. That's all they want is people want to be seen and have someone who genuinely cares about them just because they exist. So thank you all. You all matter. And one way you can make yourselves be even more visible is go protest this weekend for No Kings on 10/18. Go register for your local protest, 1 or 2 or 3 if you can make them, and go out and make your voice heard. Be adult, child, anywhere. If you're alive and you can go and you are old enough to make thoughts of your own and have opinions, go make your opinion heard and go show that you care. So thank you all. You both care a lot, and it shows. So everyone, thank you, everyone. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you for having us on.